Welcome to the podcast, Socially Different. I am your host, Caroline. This podcast will be talking about life and the road less followed. We'll be talking about childhood trauma. We'll be talking about faith. We'll be talking about entrepreneurship, motherhood, because I am a mother. We'll be talking about a lot of topics, mental disorder, and a lot of topics that usually keep people in bondage. So I have been able to go through some things just at the age of 28, and God has given me grace and wisdom and strategy to go through those things. So I am sharing in hopes to help you guys be set free, and hopefully you guys can share some things with me that I may not know about these topics that God has shared with you. So we are doing overcoming anxiety, and we are on part 3. So the first part I did with overcoming anxiety, I talked about what anxiety was. I talked about why I did not opt to take medication. I talked about some of my symptoms, and then I also gave you guys a verse and I gave you some homework to do. Then we went on to part 2 and we talked about sustaining. So now you know what anxiety is and the symptoms and your verse, and you're writing in your journal. But what do you need to be doing throughout the week to keep your mind set on God, to keep your, you just from being anxious and worried? What things do you need to do? So we talked about reading in your Bible, listening to podcasts, finding a church home. We talked about listening to sermons throughout the week, going to therapy, and then also we talked about accountability, because there's sometimes we have things and holding on to things and people in our life that are causing us stress, and we just need to let go, and that can also reduce our anxiety. So part 3, we are going to talk about overcoming anxiety, fitness and health edition. So if you do not know, I am a full-time fitness and nutrition coach. I am certified through International Science Sports Association. They call it ISSA. So I am certified to talk in this area. I'm not going to give y'all a whole fitness lesson, but I'm going to give you enough to kind of get you thinking about some things that you can change on your day-to-day as far as fitness and health that can help you reduce your anxiety. All right, so let's get into it. So I'm a coach that I do not talk about the physical aspect just by itself. Okay, so I love to talk about the mental, because your body can't go where your mind doesn't take it. So something about your mindset that will help you with your journey on anxiety is that you are in control of your mind. You have to understand you control your mind, you control your thoughts, you control the day with your mind. So what you would want to do is, if you're not doing this already, make sure that you're taking some time to wake up a little earlier so that you can shift the atmosphere, shift your day, so that you can pray. I always tell my clients, do a morning mindset routine. So that may look like you getting up earlier, listening to a motivational podcast, reading your Bible, journaling, doing your affirmations, whatever that looks like for you. Make sure you have a routine to start your day on a positive foot, okay? And then I would say also, stop worrying about things that you can't control. A lot of times we bring stress on ourselves when we continue to worry about things that God has already worked out. And even when it doesn't feel like it's working out right then and there, He has a ram in the bush, and it's going to work out. Like, there's things that I have stressed about and God took care of it. It wasn't right then, but I'm like, okay, what was I stressing for again? So what I am saying is, you have to get control of your mind, like, and not let the devil and the negative things that's going on in your life control you. And it might seem cliche, like a morning mindset routine, but you don't know how this small little thing can just change your life, change how you see your day. Another thing I notice is when I don't start my day with God, and not saying that I'm perfect every day, reading my Bible right in the morning. But I notice that when I don't start with Him, my day is chaotic. It's like I'm trying to chase the time. I don't have a lot of time to get done what I need to get done. But when I do set my mind on, starting my day right, my day goes better. So that's just something to think about when it comes to your mind. Control your mind. Don't let negative thoughts in. Don't let worry in. you are in control of that more than you think you are. So let's talk exercise. So y'all know that's my favorite. I want to say first that exercise does not have to be extreme. I know y'all see online people do all this crazy stuff, backflips, stuff that normal people can't do. You don't have to do all that. It just has to be more consistent. I've been working out since 2018 and I only work out 3 to 4 days a week. I do what I can do and you can still get great results. You can still feel good and look great doing that. So starting off with just that, 30 minutes a day. And then, once you get better with it, if you want to incorporate cardio, on the treadmill, you can do that. If you want to strength train with some weights, if you want to do some high intensity interval training, when they train 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and they do it kind of like in a circuit form. But you can do stuff like that when you gradually get better. But I definitely would recommend working out because working out releases endorphins. So like once you get done working out, it's that feel good feeling. You feel excited, you glad you did it. You didn't want to do it, but you did it and you just feel on top of the world because that endorphin hormone has been released. It's your happy hormone, which can increase your mood, a happy mood, and it can decrease stress. So I definitely would recommend working out because when you look good, you also feel great as well. Like the way that I feel about myself, my mindset and all that has really changed from me just, being physically fit, making it a lifestyle. So I would definitely recommend that for your mindset. It's very important. Now that we talked about exercise, let's talk about nutrition. So a lot of people don't think about the way that nutrition affects their body and their mind. So when we talk about nutrition, you want to make sure you're having a balanced diet. I don't really like to use diet, so let's just say that make sure your nutrition is balanced. So you don't want to be eating a lot of overly processed foods. You don't want to be eating a lot of fast food, pastries, cookies and cakes, and fried food. And the reason being because a lot of these foods have a high glycemic index, which means that it spikes your blood sugar and it takes you up and it can take you down, which affects your mood. So if you're having like mood swings and things like that, you definitely want to look at the way you're eating and see if that has an effect on that. And then what you want to replace that stuff with, not saying that you can't have that stuff in moderation. So you should be eating more of healthy proteins, healthy fats, healthy carbs, fruits and vegetables, healthy proteins, chicken, lean turkey, lean beef, eggs, beans, shrimp, fish, fats, avocado oil, nut butters, peanut butters, nuts, flaxseed, chia seeds, and carb, quinoas, brown rice, wheat bread, and things like that, are fruits and vegetables. So when it comes to proteins, why proteins are important because they are the building block of our body. They build up our muscles, our skin, our nails, and then when it comes to fats help with omega-3s. So omega-3s helps us reduce inflammation in the body. It helps us with brain function. And then carbs is the body's preferred source of energy. So as far as carbs, they help with the brain function. They help with the organs. So all of these parts play a part in the body functioning. If the body is not getting what it needs, the body can't function properly. Your brain can't function properly. You can't think properly. You know what I'm saying? So these are very important. So when it comes to fruits and veggies, you want to be making sure you're getting your fruits and veggies in daily. 2 to 3 cups of both a day. And then these are important because of fiber and antioxidants. These help to reduce inflammation in the body, which can help with anxiety. It helps you make sure that your body stays free of chronic diseases, diabetes, heart disease and things like that. That's just a side note, but you want to be making sure that you stay healthy overall. All of this stuff plays a part in how your body functions. If your body, like I said, if it can't function properly, if it doesn't have the nutrients that it needs, like you might do have anxiety, you might do feeling depressed, you might do have mood swings because you're not giving your body the proper things that it needs. And I wanted to talk about some vitamins that the body needs and that can help with reducing anxiety. So I want to talk about vitamin C, which is very important. You can get it from citrusy fruits, and then also vitamin D, where you can get that from eggs, you can get it from fish, you can get it from the sun as well. These both help with anxiety and also helps with your mood. It also helps with brain function. And then I want to talk about an important one, which would be B12. B12 is very important for your brain function. You can get it from chicken, you can get it from fish, you can get it from beef. So these are very important. Just to name a few, like I said, I'm not going to give y'all a whole fitness lesson, but I wanted to just give you something to get your mind thinking about what you put inside your body. Like, yes, we have, childhood trauma and, the verses in the Bible and, the devil trying to knock us off course, but also we got to do our part as well as making sure that we are easing our mind. So let's do a little rundown of what we just talked about. So we talked about mental health, which is very important. So controlling your mindset, controlling how you start the day, controlling your feelings, controlling your emotions, not holding on to stuff that you cannot control, like things that we cannot control. We got to release it to God and let go and let God do what it is that he needs to do, okay? And then we talked about exercise. So we know exercise is very important for releasing those endorphins. How you feel, how you look at yourself will definitely help your mindset. So we definitely want to get our exercise in. And then we talked about nutrition. I broke down, why you shouldn't eat certain foods or why you should reduce certain foods, not eat them at all, just reduce them. I talked about some foods that you guys can incorporate, and I told you how these foods are healthy and how can they help your anxiety and your mindset, okay? As we come to an end of Socially Different, Overcoming Anxiety with God, I just want to pray, just for God allowing us to complete this first series of something that's going to be so great. And then also I want to pray for you guys as you guys listen to this information and you guys receive it and you guys start to apply it to your life, that it will help you. So let's bow our heads. So God, this is your children coming to you as humbly as we possibly can. God, thank you for your grace. Thank you for your mercy. Thank you for your love, your peace, your kindness, God. Thank you for being so great, God. God, thank you for what you have done and what you are going to do. Thank you for our renewed mindsets, God. Thank you for our healing in our body, God. And I want to go ahead and intercede for your children, God, that you heal them, God, and anything that's in them that's not like you, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, God, I send it back to the pits of hell where it came from, God. The devil cannot have him, nor can he have their mind, God. And let them know that in their weakness that you are strong. And if they just go ahead and put you're going to put your supernatural over top of it, and you're going to come in their situation if they allow you, God. God, let them know that they are loved, God, and let them long to build a relationship with you, God, and really seek your face for themselves, God. And let them know that this anxiety is not the end all be all, God, and that they are not crazy, God. They are who you called them to be, God. They are made in your image, God, and they have purpose, God. Their life has purpose, God. And I just want to thank you right now, God, for allowing me to be your vessel, God, allowing me to not be afraid to open my mouth to help other people, God. And I hope that everything that I said, God, edified the kingdom, and there was nothing of me in there and everything like you, God. And I hope that your people have received it the way that we're supposed to receive it. In your mighty name, amen. So I'll see you next week. We are going to have a new topic. I don't know if it's going to be a overcoming series or if it's just going to be a regular podcast, but we will see next week. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.